Republican race, let's get there. This is the 2016 race. Senator Rick Santorum joins us right now. Senator, what a pleasure. Great to have you on the show. And I just want to get through this quickly here, because I know that you've unveiled your tax plan. It's a flat tax, 20% across the board. But here's the question. This is what all economists have to ask you. What deductions would you cut to get to 20% across the board?
Well, the only deductions on the individual side would be a $2,750 tax credit, which is a per person, and it's a refundable credit. The child credit would stay in place. A deduction for home interest limited at $25,000, and a deduction for charities. That's it. Nothing else. Okay, everything else goes away.
So would there be a limit on the charitable deduction?
No limit on charitable deductions. And on the corporate side, every tax provision goes away except a 20% flat tax, and you can expense everything. You can expense capital and equipment, investment in capital and equipment. We do eliminate interest deductibility on the corporate side.
Okay, but you're sticking to it. It's pretty much 20% across the board with very limited deductions for the mortgage and the charitable deductions. Okay. Now, that's very interesting. It's clean cut. It's very easy to understand. But I put it to you, Rick, that it's going to be very difficult to actually implement it. You may be the president, but getting that kind of radical tax plan through would be very difficult, wouldn't it?
No, well, I don't think so. I mean, if you look at this plan, it actually, we get rid of all the Obamacare taxes, for example, and we get rid of Obamacare. And if you get rid of Obamacare and its taxes under the plan I put forward, it's actually more than revenue neutral under the Tax Foundation dynamic scoring. And so, this is going to be a very responsible tax plan. 20% is a rate that some people say, oh, it's too low on some, but we're providing a very generous tax credit per person. People who aren't paying taxes now are not going to be paying taxes in the future, and it's a very simple program. Okay. And here's the other attractive thing: all income is taxed at the same rate. Corporate income, individual income, capital gains, dividends, interest, everything's taxed at 20%. And I just think that that simplicity is. I think really the thing that has that's really going for it.
Where does the 20% kick in? I mean, there's got to be a threshold. You've got to hit that threshold before you start paying the 20%. Where is it?
Well, it all depends on how many people in the home. I mean, if you're a family of four and you're earning, say, $50,000 a year at a 20% rate, you're paying $10,000 in taxes. But your $2,750 credit is $11,000. So you would get actually a refund of $1,000, actually more than that, because you'd get the child credit on top of it. So for a family of four, it would probably kick in, probably $65,000, $70,000 a year you'd start paying taxes.
So your big deal is flat tax gives us growth. Would you say 4-5% growth fairly quickly? Because that's what a lot of people are looking for.
Yeah, if you combine the tax plan we have, according to the Tax Foundation, plus the repeal of Obamacare, just without the repeal of Obamacare, we're at 3.3% growth, which is 1% above what the target is right now. And if you add Obamacare in, CBO says that's another 0.7 per year. So we're at 4% growth. We're talking about over 3 million new jobs in addition to the proposed, the baseline, which is about 16 million right now. So it's a very strong addition to the growth of in our country, and it particularly helps because of the corporate provisions. It particularly helps the manufacturing sector. Okay,
Rick Santorum, I'm sure that you're going to be pushing that flat tax 20% very hard, pushing the growth message very hard on November the 10th. Because that's Fox Business, alongside the Wall Street Journal, holding that fourth Republican presidential debate. It'll be in Milwaukee. We expect to see you there, Rick Santorum, November 10th.
I look forward to it.
Yes, sir.
I look forward to it. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir.